Okay, hi. Yep, there's me. Yay! Sorry, I'm giggly. What the hell? Ugh. Okay, wait, okay, wait, I got it. Wait. Shoot. Wait. Got it. Hi! Hello! How is everyone doing today? Yay! Let's see, I have to figure out what I want to draw. Sigh. Because it's like, I don't know. I have been feeling more in the glitter Pretty Cure. I've been thinking about Pretty Cure and the Glitter Force thing, just because I don't know. I've been thinking about because that article kind of like sparked my like ooh again. So I've recorded the third bit. Apple juice always hits different. So true, dude. No, let me tell you, mixed berry. I've espoused the virtues of mixed berry before, but yeah. What should I draw? Nuts. Or maybe I should just start with a new canvas and see what happens. I have way too many, like, things in my brain, though. Ugh. But hi, hello. Yay. So, oh, right. I have to react to things. Shit. Hi. So, sorry for the deafening silence. Yeah. Where is the where's my reacting thing? There it is. Or maybe I should, like, let people get into stream just a little more. Hi, wee. You know, wait, let's pull up the... Well, okay, so, I started glitter. Fuck! Hi, how are you guys? Man. So cool. Yeah. But yeah, I've been thinking about... It's actually called the anime that changed a subgenre forever. What? What? That made no sense. But, thinking about, you know, like, glitter, and so the more specific thing is, like, I don't know why, because, okay, so when fucking Glitter Force Doki Doki came out, I watched the first season. Where's my pen? What the hell? What? How big is this canvas? Yeah, wait, was I just not... Okay, well, I don't know why that didn't show up. Oh! Let's see, I'm pretty sure... Did I? I don't know. Wait, let me look that up. Oh! Huh. Okay, well, that is a thing. Well, yeah, dude. Like, of course. That's kind of why I have it. No, you're right. This is exactly the kind of thing. Although, do I wanna... Is it... I'll put it in my react thing. I'll figure it out later. But, yeah. So I'm reacting to this video by this person named Kyokabro. Man, at this rate, we will get Madoka Magic Glass. Okay. It's this video by Kyokabro. Originally, when I first saw it, it was originally titled Gameoverse is Everything Wrong with, quote, indie, unquote, animation. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? So I like, started watching it, and I was like, this is weird. So, that's when I put it on the list of like, things to react to. Since that time, I have since been informed that this person that I am reacting to, according to an anonymous person on Tumblr, let me find the ask, that Kyokabro is, goddamn, I reblogged a long comic, is, quote, nope, that was somebody talking about, let's see, oh yeah, quote, a transphobic chud. So, oh yeah, this is the dumb India's problems conversation, as if it wasn't a bunch of individuals making their own work. Yeah, I know, right? So, yeah, so we're just gonna, also this video is 40 minutes long. Depending on my mental state, we may dip out of this. But for now, let's go. Anyway, I love Gameoverse. It's cute. And I love cat girls. Like, what do you want from me?
So, I've always really loved animation, but not just anime, but pretty much anything in the family to adult programming range. Adult Swim and Comedy Central cartoons were really formative for me growing up, but so were internet animations. Now, I've never been addicted to crack, but I imagine it's pretty similar to what discovering Newgrounds at 10 years old felt like.
That's
I
fair.
must have ended up watching every single Mario and Sonic sprite parody animation on the entire fucking site. What I liked more than parodies, though, was original content. I remember my cousin showing me Tankman right as episode 2 came out in fucking 2007, and then the same day we discovered Madness Combat and immediately watched every single episode that was out at the time, thinking it was the coolest thing we've ever fucking seen. I was also a big fan of a lot of the classics like Pico's School, which was a flash game that took place
At the White Rabbit 2003 donated $10 through Super Chat. This might be tricky, but could you draw a Freddy Fazbear plush? For reference, they have gummy bear proportions.
Oh, okay. I've never drawn anything FNAF in my life. Let's fucking go. I'm pulling up my stream commission page. Let's go, baby. I can do this. Newgrounds really set down the groundwork. No, Newgrounds, it is truly something special. I was not around for the age of like Newgrounds animations. Although, wait, well, I guess Terrain of Magical Expertise counts. But, like, it is something special. And it's amazing to see how, wait, okay, god damn it, wait, let me pull up fucking Freddy Fazbear. Making me download a PNG of goddamn Freddy Fazbear. Is there a specific version of Freddy that you want? Cause I know there's a lot. Or are you just thinking, like, classic Freddy? Like, are we talking about, like, glam rock? Are we talking toy? Like, you gotta... you gotta be specific in this franchise. Oh my god.
during a school shooting, Salad Fingers, who I still see around, but I don't think people know that this character is over 20 years old at this point. Then there was Jerry, Charlie the Unicorn, Pleasure Island, and you're probably wondering right now what my point is, because this video is supposed to be about Gameoverse, but we're over a minute in now and I still haven't mentioned it yet. Well, I just wanted to reminisce and mourn over the fact that internet animations don't feel much like internet animations anymore.
So this is when, in the video, when I first watched it, I was starting to be like, hey, what the hell are you talking about? Because that didn't make any goddamn sense to me. What do you mean internet animations don't feel like internet animations anymore? Hey, buddy, if it's on the internet, it's an internet animation. Toy Freddy. Classic Freddy, specifically the cute bootleg one with derpy eyes. Oh my god, wait. Can I find... Okay. Freddy Fazbear bootleg plush. Oh! Wait a minute, what the hell? He does have derpy eyes! Okay, I'm drawing that one specifically. Got it. Cool. Let's fucking go. Let's see.
All of the biggest and most successful examples are all about being something that could quote-unquote be on TV by never pushing the envelope the way the media
What?
used to, and being as safe as possible in order to please our corporate overlords.
What
Gone
the
are
fuck
the
are you
days of
talking
shows
about?
like Big Les, which was made in MS Paint and about two Australians who hate each other so much that they regularly shit in each other's mailbox while Yetis do drugs in the background. Things have changed, and I kind of fucking hate it, but
Okay, like, so the I don't know what Big Les is. Alright, and I'm sure there's some offensive humor in there, but frankly, I don't care. Look, if somebody wants to be I was literally today watching Ben Saint, like, talk about Tails gets trolled. Like, I don't know, there is still joy to be had in it, you know? Oh no, this is just weird already.
obviously I don't hate TV, as I've noted earlier, and will continue to prove throughout this video, but I just don't think internet animation is well served conforming to the standards that TV and streaming services want, because it can be
Again, I don't understand. What do you mean?
so much more unique than that, and has more strengths to play to if left unhindered. What happens though when a show tries for years to be on TV first, and after so many rejections decides to just settle for YouTube after all? Well, you get Gameaverse, and trust me when I say that by the end of this video, you will understand why it was turned down so many times. And it's not because it was too hot for TV like old Newgrounds animations were. It's not the worst internet cartoon I've ever seen. That'd probably go to catching up, but it is the blandest, safest, and pisses me off the most on a personal level. And why is that? Well, Rubber Ross actually posted a big list of his influences for it on Twitter, which contains some really great shows like Reboot, Panty and Stocking, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and my favorite show of all time, Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, no, so it was in this little references of like, oh, these are Ross's inspirations. It was there that at that point specifically where I was like, okay, I need to like discuss this like in depth. I cannot just sit and watch it and stew in my own emotions. I have to like discuss this. So now we are in uncharted territory. Here we go.
And listen, I wasn't even going to talk about this shit after watching it because I thought it really wasn't even notable or worth my scorn. I'm not even sure I would have even called it straight up bad before, since it was so inoffensive. But name Gurren Lagann as an influence for this fucking dreck? Nah, dude, now I'm pissed. Now I have to take a massive shit all over your hard work.
Why? Why? What? Why?
This bland, boring show made for fucking teeny boppers is officially on my shit list, and I have to talk about it now because how you took all of those great shows and somehow turned them into this is truly mind-boggling in the worst possible way. Like, when I saw Gurren Lagann on his influences list, I had a Doug Walker back credit card moment. So anyway, let's get one thing out of the way here. I don't really engage with things that I don't think I'm going to enjoy. It's just not really something that I do. One time I thought I was having a heart attack from being a fat fuck, and all I could think was, I can't believe the last game I'm ever going to fucking play is Final Fantasy 15. After that, I vowed
What's
to
wrong with
avoid
Final
shitty
Fantasy
media at all
15?
costs, because you never really know when you're gonna drop dead from something really fucking stupid like being fat or choking on a meatball. I'm trying my best to cherish every moment here, so then why the fuck did I watch Gameverse? Well, I actually thought the trailer had a lot of potential. It wasn't amazing or anything, but I think it did the bit where you take something really cutesy and childish and make it dark pretty well. Like, this game world looks like it could be a real Windows 98 educational game for kids, just for the characters in said game to be cut in half as the world falls apart once they win. That's another thing actually. What's happening here and what the show is about is communicated to you extremely well in a very short amount of time. In this universe, when a protagonist wins their respective game, their world ends. This isn't a thing that's directly told to you. You can just very easily deduce it from what is shown to you on screen and the context.
Good.
I don't think the concept of show don't tell is the best way to go about things in every scenario, but the trailer of Gameverse utilizes it very well. That's kind of the problem though, isn't it? This is just the trailer. You put probably the best part of the series thus far in here, and now that episode 1 is out, people might not even watch it, because the beginning of this trailer is seemingly canon, but it's not in the show, it's only in the trailer. Episode 1 actually took this into account though, by basically showing the exact same thing happening to the main character Kit and her world, except this time it sucks ass. You get about 20 seconds of Kit's village and some of the people there with like 3 lines of generic dialogue where she talks about keeping their home safe. She doesn't interact with any of these characters in any meaningful way, and you don't really know any of them or her relationship to them.
It's called a backstory. What the fuck are you talking about? It's a backstory. Holy shit. Are you what? He's going on and what? Huh? Hey? What? I genuinely don't understand what this guy is mad about. He seems to be mad at the like vague concepts of. I actually think I watched the Gameverse trailer when it came out, and then I kind of forgot about it. And then Gameverse came out, and I watched it, and then I was just kind of like, eh. But then people were, like, weird about it, and then I'm like, okay, well, now I'm gonna like it more out of spite. And then, like, I don't know. I'm extremely fucking confused about. But so I guess the point I was saying is I went back and I watched the Gameverse trailer, and I actually thought it was really cool to like use the trailer as like a bit of a prequel to your series, as like a here's how like we got here type of thing. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I don't know what he's fucking on about.
Other than, I guess they're her friends and they want her to defend the village. You know, like the most...
Dude, okay. Don't pause anything.
Bare-boned shit possible. Then it cuts to a fight scene, which I, as a shonen tard, was not personally impressed by. There's this transformation scene with a costume that looks like it didn't know if it wanted to go for a magical girl style or a mech style, which kind of dilutes the...
What the What? Huh?
effects of both, since they're like polar opposites. And
they the fuck are not. Bro hasn't seen Symphogear. What do you mean, oh, magical girl and mecha are like polar opposite? No, they are not. What the fuck are you talking about? I bet this dude hasn't actually seen a magical girl show since fucking Madoka Magica. I don't know. This dude's pissing me off. It's actually a little spectacular how he's doing it. So quickly, in fact. Okay, so then he's got a little... I think I gotta squish his body a bit.
Don't mix easily. I mean, the Noble Gundam from G Gundam exists, so it can be done and look cool. It just wasn't here. Kit then quickly wins
Why
the
not?
Gundam exists. They're like polar opposites and don't mix easily.
He looks fucking awesome! What are you What are you talking about? Saying that she, like, it's half mecha, half magical girl, like, dude, like, firstly, where's the magical girl in this costume? Like, I see the mecha, like, it's, cause Kit's Mega Man! Kit is Mega Man! It's, like, I've never played a Mega Man game in my life, but, like, I can easily fucking tell Kit is Mega Man. It's so fucking obvious. Like, I don't... What the he's complaining about literally nothing. Like, okay, dude, show wasn't for you. Move on?
I mean, the Noble Gundam from G Gundam exists, so it can be done and look cool, it just wasn't here. Kit then quickly wins the battle with a lame super move. It flashes back to characters we don't know anything about, and the world starts to fall apart.
It's not flashing back to the characters, it's those characters reacting to Kit because they are watching her do this final battle, because it's like we don't need to. Also, yeah, Magic Knight Rare, those girls are in straight up mech suits. Well, not mech suits, but they're in like a Power Rangers Zoid type of mecha. Anyway, what the fuck is this guy on about? I am so confused. What?
As Kit looks on in horror before
Why are you
being
just
saved
recapping
by
the
vampire
story?
elf Sephiroth. Then cue the title drop. Yeah, so that was almost 3.5 minutes mostly taken up by late Eben anime fight, when maybe you should have used that time to make us actually give a shit about Kit or this world getting...
We don't... It's called a backstory. It's called like a flashback. We literally, it jumps from this to Kit, and Caboodle is like, oh, you had that dream again? And it's like, yeah, no, that's a very common like trope of having a character dream about a traumatic event in their life, and then when they wake up, it's it's revealed that was like their past, and that leaves the audience like, oh, what? Like it's so basic. Dude, you're complaining that it took 3 minutes for Kit's backstory to happen, and it took you fucking 6 minutes to even get to some kind of goddamn point. I don't even know what the point is still. What the hell?
Being destroyed? Compare that to Gobble's much shorter backstory in the trailer. There's not a ton of dialogue, but there is dialogue, and they made it count since...
That was a trailer. That was a trailer. Meant to, oh, I don't know, introduce the concept of this world and these characters to a potential audience. This is the full series. And of course, in a full series, you want to, I don't know, explore the main characters, like, dynamic, their mental state. It's, you know, it's a pilot. It's a pilot that introduces concepts that will be expanded upon later on. Okay, buddy. Jesus.
You can infer from it that Gobbles has known the other characters for a long time. Plus,
Yeah.
these other characters get more screen...
You're honestly telling me you care, like, emotionally more about caveman villain and green companion dinosaur more than, like, the people... Like, you don't care about those characters. Be honest with yourself. You don't care about them. So why are you complaining about, like, Kit's little found family? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. No, we're still I haven't rage quitted yet. It's fine. I don't know how you do this, Cake. I couldn't. Man.
time, so you can
incredible.
infer more about their personalities from just their character designs
How?
alone. Not to mention the way they talk and what they say. Bongo Raptor here has more personality than anyone shown thus far in episode.
Bongo Raptor doesn't do... Bongo Raptor is just kind of there. What are you talking about?
One, counting Kit herself, and I care more about him dying than anyone else up to this point, because although it really isn't much at all, there's something there for your mind to attach to and remember. You knew this character and what they were like extremely briefly before seeing them die, and although you might not have strong emotions about it, you feel something. What's more, the trailer had a much more comedic tone. Gobbles watches multiple friends die just inches away from him in grueling ways, not being able to do a single thing about it before being forced to run away and leave everyone to their fate. This situation is much worse than what you just saw Kit go through, yet her backstory is given a much more serious tone, whereas Gobbles gets dark humor. How Kit's backstory is treated...
Okay, no, let him finish the point.
Throughout the rest of the episode gives a lot of importance to it as a plot point, but it's just such a weak plot point because there's just nothing interesting here, including Kit herself. Like, am I supposed to care because she cares? Well, why should I care about her right now? She's just a random cat girl that hasn't done anything of note yet, and
because she's the main character.
To her emotionally. You can't make people care about a blank slate solely because bad things happen to them. Gobbles is a Barney the Dinosaur ripoff from an educational children's game that goes on learning adventures with his fellow dinosaurs. Kit is like Mega Man, but like a cat girl Mega Man.
Okay, but why does Kit being a... People are so fucking weird about this. Why... Okay, just because Kit is a cat girl, what about that makes her, like, different from Mega Man, okay? Mega Man is a little robot boy. Kit is a cat girl. What about that is so, like, ground, earth-shattering, like... Whoa! It can't be the... Like, Bongo Dinosaur has nothing on Kit. What is this guy smoking? I don't know. This is incredible.
And she goes to some tower to defend her village made up of other cat people, none of which really have any unique character traits besides some design quirks you get to look at for all of 5 seconds.
Yeah.
They're just cat people. And listen, man, when I hear that a tragedy happens in real life, it doesn't matter all that much that I didn't know the people, because that's real. And you can relate to others you don't know on a human level. But this is fiction, so you're gonna have to try a little bit harder than that. Also,
What?
good animation cannot carry a fight scene.
I mean, I would argue, no, good animation definitely did carry that fight scene. Because I remember watching it. Let's ignore that Mega Man has cat girls. Damn.
All on its own, unless you're Demon Slayer or solo leveling for some reason. So maybe give us a good reason to be invested in this fight before you invest the money into making it look nice.
Okay, so the reason we are invested in this fight is because... So here's the thing, like, when you first watch Gameoverse, you aren't invested, because you don't know these characters. I watched this fight for the first time and was like, oh, whoa, what's happening here? And then I continued watching the pilot, and then I moved on with my fucking life. When I rewatched Gameoverse, now I'm invested, because now... I know this character. I know that this is the final boss of her game. I know what... Buddy, you're complaining about literally nothing. Oh my god. Also, if what anonymous person on Tumblr said was right and this dude is actually, like, straight up transphobic, then that's really hilarious that he says... Like, oh, I can relate to other people on a human level. It's like, I don't know. I shouldn't say that, because, I mean, just because I get the vibes, that doesn't mean he actually is, like, terrible or anything. So, let's keep him up in mind. Dude, Gameoverse is so good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Like, it's not the most gripping of Glitch's pilot series, but I deeply enjoy it, and I really want to see more. So, yeah.
Nice. Gurren Lagann started with a well-animated action hook to suck people in. It made you care of what was to come because the situation was inherently cool, and the dialogue was even cooler.
I mean, was the situation Kit was in not inherently cool. I mean, Catgirl fighting robot Catgirl to save her village. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but that sounds pretty sick as hell to me.
It was a future flash instead of a flashback, and immediately had you thinking about how the show was going to end up at this point. Though in Gurren Lagann's case, the answer is it won't, because all that shit was made before they even started writing the show. None of it is even canon and just there to be cool, but that's besides the point.
Well, okay, wait, no, you can't, wait, whoa! You cannot just be like, oh yeah, this is my favorite anime ever, it's so cool, and like, look how good the opening sequence is, except the opening sequence isn't actually canon and was just there to be cool. What? Hey, buddy, what? I have, let's see, wait, I'm literally on the same situation, the same situation with both you, Bias Baka. I don't know. I have yet to see Gurren Lagann, and I know that is a personal failing of me. I will rectify it one day. And because of this guy, that day might just come later than it normally would out of spite. Or maybe I'll watch it sooner out of spite. I don't know. We haven't seen yet.
So anyway, let's not linger on these first 3 minutes too long.
Yeah,
in
why?
The next scene, Kit wakes up after dreaming the last 3 minutes, and Caboodle asks her if she was having the same dream, implying that it's something that keeps happening.
Yeah,
she then looks down at a screen, and next to it are pictures of her dead friends, implying the great importance of a bunch of bullshit we'd be better off getting an entire episode about before this one instead of just a couple minutes.
It's the pilot. Maybe those questions will be answered in the full series. Oh my god, it's fine.
Kit and Caboodle then engage in some weak banter because Caboodle is supposed to be mean, but not too mean, because then the emotionally fragile audience won't like him, since these are the same people who couldn't even handle Jax.
Dude, fucking Caboodle is mean. He's literally like, yeah, Gobbles is useless. I would have left him for dead. Like, what? Like, Gobbles is so mean. Like, he's not. I don't know. Maybe this guy is just used to slurs or something. I don't know.
Then that gobble up knowledge scene plays. Autistic people on Twitter loved this shit so much and were so absurdly cringe about it that I think it single-handedly got tens of thousands of people to hate an entire show they've only ever seen a minute of. The sad thing is, the joke here is how infantile it is, and that a dinosaur out of a learning game is even on this space adventure in the first place. But then a bunch of retarded found it and made it ooh-woo autistic wholesome chungus. These are the people who will scold you over media literacy for not agreeing with their personal interpretations, by the way. So Kid goes to talk to God.
What? That was a lot. He just said a lot. So, okay, let's try and get a recap of that, because I didn't understand any. I'm sorry.
Audience won't like him, since these are the same people who couldn't even handle Jax. Then that gobble up knowledge scene plays. Autistic people on Twitter loved this shit so much and were so absurdly cringe about it.
Okay, so in this scene, Gobbles, a character from a children's edutainment game, is playing what is an obvious, if you know, what is an obvious parody of the original Gameoverse series that was, hey, posted to Newgrounds. Okay. And it's like, oh, gobble up knowledge with Gobble and friends. And then you gotta match the animal with the sound it makes. And apparently, people with autism, I assume they self-identified, on Twitter, posted that scene and went, haha, that's me. Am I understanding that right? Is that... Huh?
That I think it single-handedly got tens of thousands of people to hate an entire show they've only ever seen a minute of. The sad thing is, the joke here is how infantile it is, and that a dinosaur out of a learning game is even on this space adventure in the first place.
What?
But then a bunch of retarded found it and made it ooh-woo autistic wholesome chungus.
Also, I do not... What's wrong with any of what... I guess... Huh?
These are the people who will scold you over media literacy for not agreeing with their personal interpretation.
Okay, so there's a difference. I do understand, like, oh yeah, some people are weird about saying, like, oh, you don't have media literacy, and it's just a different opinion. But, like, here's the thing. Fucking... Jesus Christ.
By the way. So Kit goes to talk to Gobbles and explain to him how the Gameaverse works. Like the audience is literally fucking retarded and can't pick up on what's happening despite seeing it possibly twice now. This is the part where you hear Gobbles talk, and although I didn't really have a problem with how he sounded in the trailer, maybe because of the audio filter, here he just sounds horrible. Like, I'm not even a big Aaron Hansen hater. I liked the Awesome series, and I'm not still mad he took a shit on Ocarina of Time 100 years ago like a ton of people still are for some reason. This guy's animations were known for their wackiness and his extremely exaggerated goofy yelling. Like, overacting is literally what he was known for the longest time, but the voice he's putting on here and how he's reading his lines just isn't doing it for me. The voice he's doing just sounds like he has a chip stuck in the back of his throat that he can't get out. He's just not good casting for something like this, and I really hope this show doesn't end up with a musical number, because just thinking about it is giving me flashbacks to his fucking Starbomb album. You're then introduced to the villains who show up flying a ship shaped like a giant comma, because
okay, so I do understand, like, criticizing Aaron as, like, a voice actor and stuff, because, you know, honestly, his, like, voices in Gameaverse aren't entirely my thing. But, like, he is a voice actor. Like, he's done a lot of really good stuff. Dude, oh my god, at the end of the, Digital Circus movie, like, when the credits were playing and stuff, like, in the theater, I literally, like, I saw, like, the credit for Kaufmo, and I was like, Aaron Hansen? But, like, you're just summarizing the pilot and complaining along the way. How is this the problem with indie animation, and or why do you hate it so much it's unreal? Why didn't you change the title to? I'll be honest, I don't understand the YouTube, like, A/B testing thing. Like, I have that option, but I'm just like, nah, I do my thumbnail. It's the one I like. Fuck the algorithm. Is this Moist Critic? No, it is not.
as they're called the Syntax. Their goal is helping protagonists win their games so that their planets get destroyed, but we don't find out why until the end of the episode. The boss of the Syntax, Warwick, is voiced by Chris Sabat, who you might know from voicing like half the cast of Dragon Ball, including Vegeta and Piccolo. Whatever you might think of him as a person, he never really delivers a bad performance, and that kind of makes the gap in voice acting skill between him and the rest of the cast a lot more evident. Dude has been doing this for like 30 years, yet he's being put next to people who either aren't actual voice actors or newbies by comparison.
What is your fucking problem? Dude, Erica Harlacher's fucking incredible. Wait, not Erica Harlacher, Erica Lindbeck. There's too many Ericas, goddammit. But, like, Erica Lindbeck is incredible. She's done so fucking much.
Though I have to give props to Elsie Lovelock because she also killed it whenever her character spoke. It's just a shame that her character really didn't do anything and she didn't have more interesting dialogue, because so far nothing even moderately interesting has been said. So Kit's ship gets shot down by the Syntax.
What the fuck do you mean? I thought that shit was hilarious. I'm so... What is this guy's goddamn, like, chip on his shoulder? He's so upset about the most minute and unimportant things. It's so, like, I don't know. It feels like he went into this wanting to complain for some goddamn reason. It's... What?
Caboodle falls to the planet, so they go after him with the 2 syntax agents we just met in pursuit to help this world's hero win the game and destroy the planet. Kit single-mindedly wants to find Caboodle despite the planet being in danger, but Gobbles questions if their main focus should be on saving the planet, which makes Kit snap at him. She says she can't lose Caboodle like she did the rest of her planet. About here, I was beginning to question if I should even like this character. Now, you are obviously not supposed to agree with Kit here, but what should be something I can understand due to trauma from her past experiences just comes off as annoying and unreasonable when that trauma has been explored so little beforehand.
Hey, did you consider that maybe this is exploring the trauma? Did you know that? Did you know you can do that in stories? Wow. Anyway, let's do the colors for Freddy Bear.
Don't have a good idea of everything she lost besides the faces of nameless characters, so it's harder to sympathize. I know this is all going to be addressed later in the series, and when it is, it'll probably recontextualize things here and enhance them, but I just feel like if Kit's trauma is going to be something brought up every 5 minutes, if it's something so central to her character and the show, then her past should have been explored far more before this point, because right now, the lack of information is hindering my enjoyment, and I think I'm supposed to like Kit already, but I don't, because she just comes off as bland, reckless, and unreasonable.
So then the one syntax... Cute. Oh my god, you're so... Okay, so one of the principles of animation is appeal. And that's really, and I found that really interesting in like animation school, because a lot of the principles of animation are like, there are like techniques, there are things you can do to make your animation better. It is about, like, you know, there's straight ahead, there's frame by frame, there's anticipation, there's like exaggeration, like all those things, all of those things, but then, like, which are about animation. But appeal specifically is just about, is this character cute? Are they fun? Are they interesting to look at? And Kit is very interesting to look at as a character design. She is fucking adorable, and I love her, okay? I call me biased, oh, warm colors, yeah, haha. Warm color brown cat girl, yes, cool. Good, that's all I need in my life. But... What's this dude's fucking problem? Jesus Christ.
Chick misinformation lands on the planet and changes into a bikini, which made some people extremely angry for some reason, along with getting extremely pissed at this scene of Kit changing outfits. This case specifically is just ridiculous though, because they're in a game based in the ocean. Kit doesn't even have cleavage, and I don't think bikinis in the setting are even inherently sexual either, unless you're some kind of Muslim who can't help but rape every woman.
Whoa! Alright, we're done. Whoa! Hi, baby girl. How are you? Oh, you just woke up from a good nap. I'm sorry if I woke you up. I'm trying to, like, put into words, you ever just get, like, blindsided by, like, actual bigotry and racism? um, like, I don't know. It's like you get used to the people around you, being good people. You get used to the idea of like loving your fellow man. And then all of a sudden, you're minding your own goddamn business, and some racism happens upon your way. And you're just like, oh, right, that's a thing that exists. Bad. Wow. I don't even know how to begin to fucking respond. Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, so not only does this dude have shit opinions about animation, he's also just a shit person. Cool. Alright, yay, I can call him stupid for everything else he said beforehand. What a fucking idiot who doesn't understand the concept of a pilot or storytelling or, like, fucking anything else. I can insult his character because now I know his character is a piece of shit! Yay! Jesus Christ. Do I think the fan service in Gameoverse was too much? I mean, here's the thing. Is it really fan service? Because, like, no, there is no shot in Gameoverse that, like, I knew that guy was a problem the moment he talked about autistic people. No, you are right. Look, sometimes, like, other autistic people will be like, oh my god, this is so fucking autistic. And, you know, they can say that. But, and I was holding out hope. I was holding out hope. And it, you know, ugh, sweet. What are the comments on that video like? By the way, hi Faf. Yes, this is Freddy Fazbear. I don't... I don't even know. I don't even know how to... I don't even know how to, like, continue a discussion on this because it's so inherently, like, disgusting. It's like, okay, you're a bastard who's racist. That's oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, oh wow. I'm that was Jesus. And if any motherfucker watches this VOD and is like, oh, haha, lol, she got triggered, easily offended, like, I'm sorry, I can't, fucking, yeah, sorry that I still have, like, I don't know, human emotions and empathy towards other people, you fucking apathetic dipshit. Oh my god. No, I don't think there... I don't even really consider Gameoverse to have fan service because, like, there was never... Like, so what? Like, the female characters are super busty. Who cares? Alright? They are the original creations of this group of people. They can look however they, like, want. The female characters are treated like characters, and it's like, it's fine. People were literally complaining about nothing. It is fine. Holy. Oh, I knew I could count on you. Thank you. Yay. You got a little Fredbear guy. He's here. Oh my god. Oh, let's just like sit here for a hot minute. I need to recover from that. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I just got fucking flashbanged. I legitimately forget that some people in this world are, like, disgusting and evil. I forget that sometimes. And you know what? It's a privilege that I forget that sometimes. Fucking God. Imagine being so hateful and stupid. Cool. How's everyone else's day? Mine's going. Mine's going. Fucking Jesus, the fact that nobody in the okay, wait, no, wait, what, okay, yeah, so the sort by newest, alright, let's try this. What the fuck? 2 hours ago, after listening to this, not only do I like it less, I think I've met my new favorite YouTube critic. It feels strange to see people making fan art of this character just for her looks when she's so ignoble. What the I think the Tails gets trolled video dude. Or I need the crack is better than Netanyahu approved channel. What the okay. This is bad. I'm learning new sprite art. Yay! This is bad. That was bad. So to summarize, that fucking guy doesn't like Gameoverse because it's too safe, quote unquote, despite the fact that it also started out as like a Newgrounds animation. And he doesn't like it because he doesn't understand the concept of pilots or like backstory characters or joy. No, that makes him look tired. No, I don't want to do that. And also he's a massive racist piece of shit who is edgy just for the sake of being edgy. Cool? Cool. We got it. It's fine. Oh my... Jesus Christ. On a lighter note, I'm planning a FNAF tabletop RPG session. That's funny. Holy shit. I love that. I've always been tangentially, like, looking in on FNAF. I watched all of MatPat's videos. Actually, my favorite MatPat FNAF video is his first one, where he's like, oh yeah, like, it seems like the game was inspired by this actual, like, real-life murder that took place at a Chuck E. Cheese. Because I am a true crime girly. But I found that case, like, very... He's a fucking crazy ass as well. Yeah, man. Like, oh my god. I found that case very interesting. And it's just, like, something to remember. I actually remember shortly after watching MatPat's first FNAF video, I was at my grandmother's house, the TV was on, and I was just kind of idly listening to something, and all of a sudden I was like, hey, wait a minute, these details sound familiar. And it was about Nathan Dunlap and the Chuck E. Cheese, like, murders. So I don't know. I now have that knowledge. I have that in my brain. Yeah. Jesus, I still can't get over it. I was fucking blindsided by this racist motherfucker. Incredible. I shouldn't give him any more, like, brain space than I already have. What a loser. What a fucking loser. Jesus. Oh my god. Fuck. Okay. Alright, I have another thing. I have another thing I can look at. It's fine. Why did he... Okay, wait, still. So the Anon, asked me... an Anon asked me a while back, like, hey, how come in that one video that you're gonna react to, why is Kit, being, like, attacked by Luffy and other anime guys? And I still don't know the answer to that, because this is the thumbnail of it. I still don't know the answer. I think maybe just because he's like, oh, fucking Rubber Ross says these are his inspirations. Well, the inspirations totally beat this, and it's like, okay, what's your fucking problem? What's your problem? You're a fucking crazy person. Oh, mama. All right, let's where's my playlist? How long has this been already? Okay, it's been an hour. Yeah, all right. No, wait, don't play. All right, well, let's just get rid of this. Remove from playlist. Fuck you, I never want to see that video ever again. Anyway, now we are on to, Stop Trying to Be Evangelion, an open letter to mangaka from the user Filtered Delulu, or Unfiltered Delulu, pardon me. And I like looked through their channel. I have not seen any video, but it's strange. They make a lot of just I don't know. I don't quite get what they're talking about. But then again, I have not seen their videos. So let's see what this is.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please?
Okay.
Can the real Hideaki Anno please stand up? I repeat.
What?
Can the real Hideaki Anno please stand up? This is gonna take a while, isn't it?
Manga and anime creators are at the whims of their own audiences. Well, except for those in the West. They really couldn't give a crap about us, and part of the West's fandomhood is trying to bridge that gap. Pirating material reserved only for the Japanese, buying merch while spamming different yen to USD conversion sites, and obviously showing love through fan art conventions, the works. This is true dedication, knowing there's a line in the sand when it comes to regional consumption and appreciating everything about the art that we can tangibly interact with.
I
say
confused.
Tangibly for a reason. We can't appreciate aspects about a series that aren't there. That would be ridiculous. But we try. We try really hard. We dive into symbolism, pick apart the politics, insert meaning into what may otherwise be straightforward popcorn or children's media. And while there's nothing wrong with this at first glance, because picking apart a series you love is just kind of par for the course, there is a question that does need to be answered when participating in activities like this. Do these stories even deserve it? We're, what the kids call LARPers. Plain and simple. We are uplifting our own supposed knowledge of culture upon belief systems we can never possibly entirely understand.
Here's the
You're trying to assess a story's inner workings by stepping into the shoes of whoever might be on the other side. But for what? While this is a valid expression of love, it's also a sign of delusion. Delulu, even.
What?
I would know. Let's put aside how people act towards others who may not agree.
Okay. So I don't understand this yet. You're saying that, like, analyzing media symbols is delusional? Like, you're saying it's an act of love, but then also mocking it? I don't know.
with their assessments about a certain piece of media. My focus is on the material being microscoped, because in my opinion, looking deeper into something reasons that the something in question warrants it. But again, in my opinion, 9 times out of 10, that something never does. That something is usually void of anything that would depict a well put together story.
Okay.
That something is often conservative, bigoted, or just generally harmful to certain groups of people. People that we know certain groups of Easterners have never had the best history with. That something is often so caught up in being an imitation or a love letter that in trying to recreate what made it so special, it trips on itself. Because stripped of all of its temperaments, spectacle, wiki summaries, it is an imperfect call to action for human betterment and a study into why betterment may sometimes be unattainable. That something, simply put, could never attain the heights it did because of the enormous amounts of plot failings and inconsiderate treatment of characters, even though that something very clearly wants to. Sorry, I'm playing the pronoun game. I keep saying it, but what is it?
Manga spoilers. What?
Can I ask something?
Okay, wait. So let's... Okay, so I think what this person is saying is, like, media, like, anime, manga, all that stuff, like, things like Jujutsu Kaisen, because he showed a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen footage, things like My Hero Academia, because he made a lot of My Hero Academia videos, I don't know, are like, do not deserve to be picked apart or analyzed because it's not actually that deep, and we should stop trying to make it that deep? I don't know.
What the hell is Evangelion about? No, really, call me a normie all you want, I am, but Gainax and their offshoot Studio Trigger have been a mainstay in my animanga top 10 ever since I first got into the medium. And with their first real hit celebrating its 30th anniversary, you would think this would be an easy question to answer at this point. But because of Ava's vast cast and crowded messaging, what Evangelion means is gonna depend on the person. I'm serious. What connects with you? And there are some takeaways from Ava that are a bit better than others. Like, for example, if you like Ava because simply it's just a good action-packed mecha anime, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that maybe you might be a little too Michael Bay pilled. That's fine.
That's true.
I like some of the Transformers movies, but what the f do they know about the human condition?
Yeah.
Look, I just think Ava is about so much more than the action, and to be honest, I think its more action-focused arcs are when Ava is at its weakest narratively. But whatever, right? Who cares if you're watching Neon Genesis Evangelion for the raw attacks? If you think it's cool, then it's fine, right? Yeah. But art is a cycle. People whose only takeaway was Ava's more meat-headed aspects are now writing battle manga. Kids that watched End of Ava and were traumatized by the planet tumbling down are now just inserting Third Impact-esque events into their stories with no regard for what made the Third Impact work in the first place.
Are they?
Like, I hope I'm not being a dick by saying you can't just put a giant you creature into outer space to signify the impending doom of the human race and expect it to be as meaningful as what Ava tried to do. As usual, the only battle manga that I've read to come close was Fullmetal Alchemist, where a pseudo-man tries to become a pseudo-god. Outside of shonen, I think of Kaneki turning into a giant bug because literally in his head, what else is he supposed to be? And that aspect of Ava influence in the West hasn't escaped me. I'm sure Homestuck and its many sons have like 50 third impacts. But with every dark Gaia, there's the rumbling. Aaron's psyche is messed up, realizing—
What? Okay, wait. Oh, he's jumping around so many different places. I don't— My guy, it's called a reference. I don't even think it's— He's jumping around way too goddamn much. You can't just say these things and expect people to understand. Like, firstly, I don't know jack fuck about Tokyo Ghoul. I watched the first season of the anime when it aired, and that's my only point of reference. I remember, I think, was Toko her name, the girl ghoul? She has an older brother, right? And he's voiced by Kageyuki, and I kind of had like a thing for, what's his name, Ayato? I can't remember, but like I had losing the plot speedrun. No, you're right. I'm trying to think what, I don't know. I'm drawing this like female character, but I don't know who it should be yet. I was hoping it would come to me as I drew, and it did not. Part of me, I want to default to myself, but I don't want to just draw me, even though I have an iconic character design. Thank you. You missed blatant racism. Not in this video. Okay, but so, okay.
I'm sure Homestuck and its many sons have like 50 third impacts.
But
with every dark Gaia, there's the rumbling. Aaron's psyche is messed up, realizing that the world is full of enemies. We skip 4 years of context for what that thinking could have done to him, only for him to come back, become evil, and also a time traveler.
Okay, no, I will admit, okay, so fucking, I read the first volume and it was like, fine. Okay, no, so, okay, I have so many fucking feelings about Attack on Titan. One day I'll fucking finish it, like, properly. But, so in middle school, high school, like, because Attack on Titan came out my last year of middle school, but, like, I was so fucking into Attack on Titan, and I had the biggest goddamn crush on Eren Yeager, and I, like, kind of related to him in the sense of, like, he's a kid who wants to do good in the world, but he's fucking angry, and he's pissed off that everyone's telling him, hey, you're just a kid, you can't do shit, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, I liked him, and I liked his philosophy of, like, fight, no matter what. And then, you know, I dropped, I was like, oh, dude, I remember those days of, like, waiting for new chapters to release every month, and then, like, the discussion about it, oh, God. Oh, I miss those days on Tumblr. Oh, that was fun. But... like, and then, you know, I stopped, you know, I just kind of fell off for no real reason. And then in college, my first year of college, it was like, oh yeah, Eren did a genocide, by the way, and I was like, fucking what? So I sped read, like, Attack on Titan up until, like, the current point in the manga at the time, and I staunchly fucking refuse that reality. I'm sorry. Eren would not, like, go, like, I don't know, he does have extremely black and white thinking, but I feel like the show, or, like, the story, like, challenged it multiple times, to be less black and white, and the idea that he would like, they would get to the ocean and automatically go, we gotta kill everybody else. I'm just like, huh? The fuck? And then also Eren being a time traveler was extremely fucking stupid. I like the concept of, like, oh, the people with the Titan abilities, they can see memories of previous users of Titan abilities. That makes sense. That's okay. Eren, like, projecting himself into the past of the people who had the Titan abilities is extremely fucking stupid. I understand, like, because within the realm of Attack on Titan, like, that kind of time travel, like, a straight-up time travel just does not work. Because I understand there's an air of, like, myth in Attack on Titan, and how it's, like, essentially its magic works, right? Because the Titans are, like, these mysterious beings that alter DNA and there's something about like the people of Ymir and something. I don't know. I still don't. What is this guy saying?
You had that whole bit in Fire Force where I
don't know.
So in my script, I left a blank after that sentence, and it's for a reason. You see, despite my Fire Force video having come out recently, most of it was written during my read-through last year. Cut to present time, and I've honestly forgotten most of the details and intricacies of the Great Cataclysm.
The what?
Half of that is because my Gen Z memory is cooked, but doesn't it say enough that Fire Force's rendition of the Third Impact was so soulless and half-baked that I literally just forgot it?
I mean,
in my opinion,
maybe it isn't a rendition of the Third Impact. Maybe stories just, like, raise the stakes as they go on. Maybe stories, I don't know, This feels like complaining that if you're playing a video game, it feels like you're complaining that the video game gets harder the more you progress throughout it. I do not understand what this comparison is, what this complaint is. What do you mean, stop trying to be like Evangelion? How are any of these like Evangelion? This feels like dudes watched Evangelion and decided to compare every other piece of media to it, which is the problem with Evangelion. I'm also what this is, oh my god, this is like baffling. Damn, what a fucking stream this has been. I'm just confused.
Force's beliefs are so obnoxious and condescending that trying to meet it halfway in the pursuit of analysis was so out of the question that I think my subconscious literally won't let me. The story is about imagination and how we use imagination to cope, how our imagination might be our ruin when it comes to the idea of death and punishment.
What?
But Okubo's imagination consists of dodging real answers to intimate questions, demeaning those whose moral compass might just happen to coincide with the pact he disagrees with, and just general perversion. If you want more on that, check the video, but basically, the Great Cataclysm, I can't take it seriously. Ask me if I care. The only one that I think gets thematically close is Jujutsu Kaisen, oddly enough. The idea of human instrument would be in each other. And ask Kaisen, ask me if I...
You can't help which twist character should I draw? I don't know what to draw. Rook. Draw Rook. What the fuck are you saying? Like... Okay, that pisses me off too. You can't just start like explaining like this is what I mean when I say this, talking about a series that I have never seen. I don't know jack shit about Fire Force except somehow it's a prequel to Soul Eater for some reason. And then in the middle of that explanation just stopping and saying, "Oh, ask me if I care." If you're making a point, you have to make it. I don't care if you don't care. You clearly care enough to mention it. Now, you cannot just assume the audience understands. That's just bad. That's bad video making. What, good sir, are you talking about? Huh? Oh my god, I need to fucking... I need to BRB. I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yay! Hello. I have 4 Claires. Who do you think Kira Claire is? I don't fucking know. I'm not really a big fan of the Kira Claire mystery. Mainly because it's like Kira Claire has not been brought up in the show up until this point. Hot take, I think Ray is Kira Claire because she's the only one who knows about Pokemon. So why would they make her know unless she's going to be important to the plot? Also, orange star clip in her hair. I think the student council president is also the breathe most likely picked to be Kira Claire. Yeah. Sorry, I just relayed to my roommate the stupidity and or racism flashbang. And I was like, wow. Anyway. Also drink water. Everyone drink water. I haven't been. And I need to. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know, man. Anyway.
Care. The only one that I think gets thematically close is Jujutsu Kaisen, oddly enough. The idea of human instrumentality is that we're all one. As such, we can't hurt each other because there will no longer be in each other. In the same way, cursed energy is literally a culmination of all of our negative emotions, and those negative emotions are now a catalyst for sorcerers to become one being. It's an interesting idea. Too bad it goes all nowhere. Not even its sequel treats it with any reverence.
What?
Look, just, what's that saying? We need less rappers, we need more accountants. What I'm basically saying is, if you're gonna try and replicate the third impact or human instrumentality just because it was cool, maybe, just maybe, keep it to yourself. We got enough of those. POV, me wanting to become a comic artist myself, writing the third impact into my series. I mean, what else do you want from me? It was cool.
What? What are you talking about?
Okay, so Ava isn't about its action set pieces. Maybe it's about the symbolism. I did allude to the fact that there was more going on under the surface. Then don't worry, I'll keep this part short since it's a topic I always come back to. This is a very interesting conversation for me because usually I'm one of the biggest proponents of the author didn't think of that. But as mentioned before, that's because websites like X, Reddit, TikTok love to prescribe subtext to stories that don't even do the footwork necessary of giving that subtext meaning.
Okay, so here's the thing too. When it comes to literary analysis, like, a story can still have, like, hidden meanings, even if that was not the intention by the author. All right? So it's... So, like, all these symbolisms and stuff. So, an author may throw in some cool-looking thing just because they're like, ooh, this looks really cool. Like, might throw in... Oh, God, I'm about to sneeze. Pardon me. So, an author... So, a mangaka might do a reference to some classical painting, right? Some kind of classical painting. And the reason they do that classical painting could just boil down to it looks cool. That's okay. If people take that classical painting, look at it, and then look at the original and the subjects and correlate that to the characters in the story, like, that meaning is still there. It's still real because, like, I don't understand this. Huh? What?
Aside from just alluding to deeper questions, thinking, and imagery, I use this term a lot, but it's set dressing. However, Eva, in my opinion, does have actual writing that makes the subtext more than just allusions to something that's somewhat fake deep. But,
Fake deep?
the author doesn't seem to agree with that. Hideaki Anno, one of many behind Eva's conception, said pretty much.
Also, to my thank you. To my understanding, Hideaki Anno is like the Eva guy. He's not one of the people behind it. He's like the guy who made Eva. Obviously, he's not the sole person who worked on the series, but like it's like his baby, basically.
Plainly that the symbolism of the story was only there because he thought it looked cool. There's not much that can be gleaned about Eva with its symbolism because, by authorial intent, that symbolism is meaningless.
I deeply disagree with that. So, and I literally, I guess explained it, but it doesn't matter. So the reason like Eva has a lot of Christian imagery is because to Japanese people, Christian imagery is like mysterious because most of the country is either agnostic, Shinto, or Buddhist. And the concept of like, so crosses and stuff are like, whoa, that's so foreign and cool. So there's that, yeah. And they used those images and those motifs because it looked cool. Okay, cool. That does not, I do not think that removes the meaning that fans have assigned to it over the years. I think acting like it does is kind of discouraging analyzing any series at all. And that is deeply like disappointing and frustrating, cuz it's I don't know what I feel about this. Don't mind me asking, do you do art fight? I made an art fight account this year. I am on team mystery. I am unsure if I'm going to be like participating in it. I'm just here cuz I wanted to try, you know? But I'm baffled. I'm really baffled. I don't understand. Huh. Okay.
So, 1. He also said that episodes 25 and 26 would have been a sufficient ending for the series, even
Yeah.
without the support of the albeit at times purposeful fanficky nature of End of Eva. Sometimes us creatives aren't experts on our own work. I say that because, in my opinion, intentional or not, the Abrahamic nods the series uses actually uproots the themes of the story. I mean, there's the idea of rebirth, ontological paradise, the plot revolves around children of destiny being pillars of humanity's salvation. Pretty sure half the imagery came out of the Book of Revelation. The idea of sin and how it hurts relationships. I mean, there's a motif of characters literally calling for a savior. Eva's symbolism isn't like multifaceted, but it's definitely there for those who want to enrich their experience. Now, does this make Eva good? Hell no! It's merely a cherry on top to a story that already gave its themes time to develop beyond just the subtext. After all, why would anyone dive deeper into a story that doesn't do the bare minimum of giving its audience a reason to? Whether it be Fire Force wearing the skin of religious imagery even though it demeans the very concept of religion and diverts into Soul Eater nostalgia bait to dodge some of its deeper questions, AOT fitting the structure of a lot of philosophies revolving around freedom while not letting us be acquainted with the freedom its characters have learned to be desperate for during the 4-year time skip, while also ensuring its cycle of war will make freedom inaccessible to later generations. Anyway, a lot of anime manga do not have the capacity to be as profound as I think Eva is, or even their other influences, because they either make no time for developing that deepness, or the story is such a mess that its own deepness contradicts itself or becomes alienating. Even still, like I said, by Anno's own admission, Eva is not about its symbolism. Jesus, I'm never gonna get to the bottom of this series, am I?
What the
When it comes to Eva clones in the modern day, they say
God.
nothing has come close as Chainsaw Man. And they're right, in all of the wrong ways. When I talk about people who have interpreted the series somewhat incorrectly,
Yeah, tell
Tatsuki
me.
Fujimoto is... Look, I believe Fujimoto is smarter, more creative, and more intuitive than the average shonen battle mangaka. So he was able to pick up on more things than just the cool fights or the darker tone. But at the end of the day, he is still a shonen battle mangaka. One that
Okay, so... Oh, following you on Art Fight. Thank you. Sorry. It sounds like this person just doesn't like shonen battle things, which is weird considering almost all of his examples so far have been shonen battle things. And also a lot of his videos are about shonen battle things. I think you just need to watch other shows. Huh?
to this point has been hell-bent on subverting or escaping shonen battle conventions that have worked for his contemporaries, the cool fights or the darker tone, but at the end of the day, he is still a shonen battle mangaka. One that up to this point has been hell-bent on subverting or escaping shonen battle conventions that have worked for his contemporaries.
How is he trying
which,
to do
as
that?
I've always said, would be fine if you replaced it with creative choices that would lend itself to a good story. Lend itself to something truly unique and worthy of being above the typical baby shonen so many of Chainsaw Man's fans snarl at. In the end, I just don't think that it did. In which case, maybe Fujimoto would have been better off just copying Togashi, Toriyama, or Kubo.
Need more idol band Ava ripoffs yet. How is Chainsaw Man and Ava clone? Me neither, yet that comparison is still confusing me. I don't know, maybe because Chainsaw Man makes, like, film references, or literary references, or there's, like, Satan or symbolism at some point, or... This person has not explained their position in the slightest. If he watched Madoka Magica and Utena, I'm gonna scream. This is fascinating on, like, a weird level I don't quite know how to identify.
Chainsaw Man's ending takes place in an alternate reality, one where the trauma suffered throughout the series, or the characters' pillars of being, are out of the picture, and the characters can finally live better lives. Kind of like, say, episode 26 of Evangelion, or even the rebuilds afterwards. I mean, in episode 26, there is an alternate reality where the kids aren't fighting mechs, but the troubles of school life. Their only impending doom is a bad grade, and the self-serious introspection is replaced with them fulfilling their classic anime archetypes. A much happier existence. And this is...
Hey, did you know, this sounds like someone going, I've already seen this one plot element somewhere, so it's bad in this. Hey buddy, you do know that Evangelion did not invent the concept of, like, alternate realities? I'm so fascinated with what?
Something that Fujimoto tried to emulate.
How do you know? How do you know that Fujimoto... Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes, like, a reference is really obvious, right? But So, like, this is just guessing. He's just guessing because he knows these two pieces of media. And, like, how do you know that, like, Tatsuki Fujimoto was specifically emulating Evangelion? Maybe, crazy thought, he just thought of that shit on his own. The boss baby phenomenon, god damn it.
He fails. Chainsaw Man's ending isn't a manifestation of what life would be like had the characters accepted their right to live, or a life the characters could have had outside of.
By the way, I guess Chainsaw Man spoilers. I haven't finished Chainsaw Man actually, so fuck me, I guess. But like, I don't. What the fuck?
Their bestowed cosmic purpose, it is their present, which takes the metaphor and makes it literal, which of course generates even more confusion than Eva did. Someone compared it to the ending of Sonic 06, and actually that's the most palpable comparison one could make. Because Sonic 06 was bad, and like Chainsaw Man, instead of dealing with the horridness of its own plot, the ramifications thereof, or resolving plot lines in a meaningful way, it's almost as if Fujimoto himself thinks the story is so broken beyond repair that the only way to mend things would be a reset. But Sonic 06 at least has the advantage of being a video game franchise where canonicity is strenuous at best. Chainsaw Man has so many plot lines to resolve, like Power's whereabouts, even Reze's whereabouts, Nayuta's purpose, the characters of the Four Horsemen, Asa's fears, Denji's virginity even, literally Armageddon, most of the supporting cast. Like, there's genuinely so much. And granted, it's a lot like Eva in that way, where there's a lot of lore that's left on the table, world building left on the table, spectacle left on the table, etc. But even so, yes, episode 26 bypassed a lot of things, but it's not like ultra psychological tangents and retrospection were out of left field for the series. Much of the later half of Eva is very much the sacrifice of blood-pumping action for slower, overly dramatic word vomits about how a character thinks and feels. Episode 25 and 26 were just—
I don't know, man. Maybe I need to rewatch Evangelion, but like, I don't know. When I watched it, I thought, what the fuck? What the, like, can't people, like, enjoy stories and, like, think about them? What?
It's an extension of that. Chainsaw Man's ending comes out of left field because sure, Fujimoto is known to bake subtlety and emotional sensitivity into his writing, but it's never been as symbolic as the finale was. I really don't want to make assumptions about people from a culture I have no connection with, but Jesus, does it seem like Japanese people have a Stockholm relationship to their work culture. Pochita literally tells Denji that he was happier when he had no money, food, and was damn near dying. Basically, he's saying he was happier when society decided his role for him. Maybe because at least then, Denji didn't overly rely on his Chainsaw Man identity. As if part 2 showed this at all and didn't just cut between a billion subplots instead of letting us see Denji's toxic need for Chainsaw Man start to grow. But even if that was true, is Denji seriously happier without his persona? I just find that hard to believe. Denji and hell, even this version of Makima, return to their lives as cogs for—
So it is hard for me to, and it's been a hot minute since I've watched and or read Chainsaw Man, so pardon me, it's been a hot minute. And like I said, I haven't read the ending. So also the saying like Japan has like a Stockholm with its work culture. Yeah, that's kind of like a big cultural issue in Japan. Its work culture sucks. And let's see, I'm trying to think. What the fuck else was just said? I mean, like, the thing that Denji was happier, like, with was, like, when he had a family. That's what Denji wanted. He wanted human connection. He wanted relationships. He was happy, like, when it was just him and Pochita and he was poor because he had Pochita. And then he was happy with the Chainsaw Man persona because then he had Aki and Power and Makima and, like, a community to lean on. What?
The government and devil hunting system in this dream reality, with seemingly even less relationship to hold on to, as people like Aki and Reze are nowhere to be seen. Not to mention that without his powers, Denji's at least 2 arcs away from death. Let's talk about this ending logistically. Pochita ate himself, but there are still chainsaws, so we have no idea what Pochita actually is. Power comes out of nowhere to save Denji. Makima is Nayuta, but still works for the government. None of this new reality makes sense. But you could say, well, this is a Denji-centered reality. Pochita metacontextually erased Chainsaw Man as an identity, so Denji can rely on himself. Kind of like how Shinji shouldn't think his only worth comes from piloting a robot, this new timeline is meant to show just how much Denji has affected other people outside of Chainsaw Man. Which is why it's not a reset, as those relationships are still intact and the characters can still feel that they happened. That sounds great. If only the story explained that at all in an easily digestible way, and did anything with the idea beyond just a 5-page epilogue inserted right at the height of Part 2's tension, before the story could resolve any of its more tangible plot lines. Fujimoto barely gives himself enough time to not make this finale feel like a bunch of random bullshit going on. And as stated before, it's even worse because Chainsaw Man has never been this subtextual. All of this comes out of nowhere. And even if I were to believe Denji ties his self-worth to his Chainsaw Man persona, and without it he's healthier, it's...
I mean, there is literally a bit where, like, it's like the iconography of Chainsaw Man and how that impacts the I don't know, dude. What the fuck?
Still feels random because frankly, that's not what Denji's main conflict has been up to this point. You ask, well, what could possibly be his main conflict then? Well, Gainax has a knack for being blissfully horny. Ano tells us, how dare we objectify the women in our lives into IRL waifus that exist purely for our own self-gratification. And then the next frame will just be an ass shot of Misato. Like, let's not act like Gainax and by extension Trigger don't have an algorithm based on generating the most appealing women imaginable.
Okay, so hold up. You cannot compare one show to, like, the rest of the work, okay, of the studio. Like, Ava has, like, commentary about sexuality and stuff. It always came off to me as, like, this is an unfair, also, I don't know. What?
The staff over there are literally suffering from success. I say that lovingly, but actually, Gainax's horniness is actually somewhat necessary. And I don't just mean in the way that they're hallmarks of the fan service necessary to get teenage boys to keep watching, or to satisfy the teenage boys inside of the staff, but from Ava all the way to Kill la Kill, they've primarily made coming-of-age stories, and as such, they explore puberty and body image. And because these stories are told from the perspective of young adults and teens, that sensuality is exaggerated to match what adolescence feels like. Which is why when Shinji makes a pleasant visit to Asuka's hospital room, the vulgarity of the scene is rooted in the overbearing sexualization teenagers experience, both on the receiving and extending side of things, especially given how End of Eva explores Shinji becoming someone like Gendo who objectifies the women around him. We'll get to it later, but Shinji is very much a critique of otaku and their dormant misogyny. Sex is a very important part of so many cultures and relationships, and the show is merely exploring ways that it can be used as an escape. escape, or ways that
Yeah.
we use it to hurt each other. The horny has a point in these shows, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
If you took all of these sexual themes and sensual presentation out of the story, with ranging exceptions, none of anything would work. I cannot say the same for other battle shonen. Tamaki does not have to be molested by the camera in order for the story to work.
True.
In fact, for as seriously as Fire Force wants me to take it, it would be a great service if all of these scenes were Control-Alt-Deleted. But that's the funniest part. Gynax shows are filled with serious, introspective, and interpretive moments, but most of the time they act on cartoon logic. They
Yeah.
embrace their medium and demographic and don't try to be the next religious text. On the other hand, the events of Fire Force are literally the religious text of Soul Eater, and
What?
somehow we got fuckers alive on Earth's ecosystem who believe Fire Force is better than Kill la Kill in that regard. God, just
What?
fucking me, man. Stories like Fire Force can talk all this shit about how sex is necessary, horniness should be expressed freely, and if you disagree, then you're either jealous or a prude, but
I'm sorry, what the fuck is Fire Force about? I don't know jack shit about Fire Force. What the hell is going on in that series? What the fuck is happening? I'm just... Is this still about mangaka trying to be Evangelion? And if so, can you I don't even know if I really like wanna continue with this. It's about a world where firefighters fight fire monsters. How does a show about firefighters turn to Soul Eater Land? I don't know. I can do something more to push this pose, it feels like. I can do something more. I'm just deeply confused by... But like now we're apparently Fire Force had a random self-insert ranting about how service is good or something. Damn. That sounds cringy as fuck. Why are we talking so much about Fire Force now? Why are we talking about Fire Force? Like, at all, actually. I thought this was about manga trying to be Evangelia? And if it is still about manga trying to be Evangelion, you need to explain the ending of Fire Force, which you haven't.
that is simply moving the goalpost. The bottom line is, you take an act that is intimate, deeply psychological, romantic, or the culmination of years of self-questioning and experimentation, and use it as a way to get a bone from yourself or the audience. And sure, that might also apply to Kill la Kill, but at least it makes that intention obvious and calls attention to how funny it is. Okubo thinks it makes the story deep! Fujimoto and Shonen's other sexy antics are just yet another way to bring misery to its characters, and that misery often has no point aside from its own sake. Like, Denji got essayed for half the manga, Asa was about to get essayed, and we literally have the essay devil in our main cast. And for what?
Okay, whoa! Stop. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Are you... STDs are... That's not the same as sexual assault. That's not at all what that means. I'm baffled. So, like, in Chainsaw Man, Denji was not just being assaulted left and right. Like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty clear that sex, while is, like, there are suggestions of, like, you know, impure intentions or whatever, like, Denji was manipulated by Makima because to Denji, he thought sex was, like, the ultimate goal in life. That's what, like, media and magazines told him and stuff, right? Like, he didn't have a lot, but he had that kind of thing. And Makima exploited that or something. Goodness me. But what he really wanted was human connection. No, I don't know how I feel about that pose either. So basically what you're saying is... What?
For years, Chainsaw Man fans acted like this chapter didn't exist, and still tried to paint Chainsaw Man as something profoundly feminist and emotionally sensitive, all for it to be nothing but shock value, as Denji's main character arc has nothing to do with his endless need for a sexual outlet, and Asa's character arc doesn't even get resolved! And you know what? What more can you expect? After all, Chainsaw Man's latter half, as previously stated, is an ode to Evangelion's 26th episode, and well...
Is it?
I've been dancing around this, but I need to say this right now so we can all be on the same page. Episode 26 was fucking ass! Episode 26 of Evangelion is a brilliant character study of our cast, but that is not mutually exclusive from it being an overly melodramatic attempt at a budget remedy that ignores all of the great mystery the series was building up to. It is the type of experimental writing that may work in isolation, but may not work if you've waited almost 30 episodes for it. It does not work as well for me and many others, and when I say many others, I mean the entire planet of Earth in the 90s apparently, without the context of End of Eva. And even then, EOE is just more of a bitter retelling of episode 25 and 26 because people rightfully called out how pretentious Anno was being over this. That's not an excuse for death threats, by the way. Anno can both have gone through horrible fandom experiences, which, by the way, I more than understand, while also being wrong! And by the way, that's fine. You don't have to like every creative choice that was made in regards to a story you enjoy. I've been trying to tell you people that for 6 years. I just think it's mind-boggling because at least meatheads try and copy the parts of Eva that people actually liked. Why would you try and copy the parts of Evangelion that historically gave people a lot of whiplash?
Why are you just saying that Tatsuki Fujimoto is copying I'm tired. Holy shit, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't get it. No, the legs are... What?
Because of a lack of build-up, when you obviously have so little concern for build-up yourself. Why would you rush a copy of a rushed ending?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
History is a flat circle, by the way. Just like how the Japanese fandom was outraged in, 1996, Chainsaw Man fans are outraged today. And rightfully so, man. What? Usually when mangaka take inspiration from other anime manga, they try to mitigate their issues. Bleach is bloated? Well, Demon Slayer ends around chapter 200. Naruto has too many characters? Well, we'll only have 6. The main character's too important in One Piece? Well, let's have him flipping burgers because of themes and such.
Okay, fuck you. Nope. I am not going to deal with some motherfucker who took the end of My Hero Academia as Deku's flipping burgers. I'm not going to engage with that level of disengagement with the source media. Fuck you, fuck off. We're done with that. Ugh. Huh. Oh my god, dude, I don't even know. Holy shit. That's testing me, dude. This is testing me, dude. Holy god. Oh, and I'm tired. Shit. I need to make food. How's everyone else doing? Oh my god, that's... Jeez Louise. Thank God it's over. I mean, no, I'm not gonna engage with something like that because it's stupid. Wow. Oh, hey, wait, check out these doodles I did once, like very offhand. It's called Card Game Pro Tag Girl. I don't know who this character is, but she's cute. I just like this silhouette. Pretty fine, not counting the video. Drawing Mawile, pretty good. Yay! Cool. She's so angsty. She's like sad, I don't know. Fuck. I drew Freddy Fazbear. And Starfy. Yay! Who do you think will backtrack on the complete disregard for physical media games first? I have no idea. I haven't been following that. I like physical games. I don't know. Oh wait, I should have made, I need to give Freddy, because on these kinds of dolls, the nose is normally like a hard plastic. So let's give it a little shine. And of course, like, let's give the microphone just a little bit of a... and then... Oh, that's the same. Damn it. Oh, I can smell my roommate making stuff. Anyway, that was dumb. Like, that was really dumb. Holy shit. So we have... This is my... I've decided that this canvas, this page is gonna be my stream commission page. And so far we have Starfy with cotton candy and plush of Freddy Fazbear. Yay! Actually, no, wait. I should... Wait, give me a second. I should make the stitches a little, like, darker. Oh, even though you still can barely see them. Dude, I'm so amazed at, like, I don't know. God damn. What a stream, huh? Jesus. I should make my pizza dough pretzels. Ah! I should totally do that. I'm exhausted. What the hell? Those two things took it out of me. Good God. I don't really know what to do at this point. I'm here. Yep. Let's, you know what, let's just have that, you know. That's fine. Yeah. Life and death and love and birth and peace and war on the planet Earth. Is there anything that's worth more than peace and love on the planet Earth? Whoa. Come on and sing it with me. Something key. I know the words, I guess, I don't know. That's how I'm feeling. I'm just like, ah, ah. Despite everything, got fun 4th of July plans? No. I don't care about America's birthday. I mostly just vibe. Let's see, I don't know. Let's see, what else do I have to draw? Let's see. Oh my god. Big yawn. Who wants to see old art? Like old art. Like old art. Cause I have that. Check it. Oh god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's how I drew eyes. Oh my lord. Oh god, and my Attack on Titan face. Yeah. These were drawn on my, like, fucking school iPad. Look at all these different cakes. Back when I was still a Weeky ripoff. Oh my god. Let's see. See. Oh my god. Yep, Weeky ripoff. That's me. Yeehaw. Let's see. I'm just exhausted. I'm like actually exhausted after all that. This was the first draft of a character that I would eventually repurpose for Tome. I think, like, when I drew that character, it was like me, like, because I did that in 8th grade when I first discovered Terrain of Magical Expertise. And that is a, but it would eventually become a character that I named Starcatcher. Oh god, Tome roleplay days. What a time. Mew power. Yeah, no. Oh my god. I have a book. It's a physical, like, notebook at home. That, like, has new Mew power, which was my thing. It was not well written. Oh my god. Jesus, that's corrupted as fuck. Holy god. The life has drained away from me. I should animate on stream. Whoa, Vanitas! Oh my god, I don't remember this. What the hell? I guess I was drawing Vanitas at some point. I'm gonna continue doing that. Dude, god, case study of it. Hold up, we need to see that notebook. Read that before you ever watched the 4Kids version of the show. Dude, yeah, no, before I was, like, into Tokyo Mew Mew, I fucking loved Mew Mew power. Holy shit. And it took me a while to, like, kind of get over that in a way. You know, like, to accept Mew Mew Power is a little bit of a watered-down version of Tokyo Mew Mew. But I did, and now I'm a... I was talking with Raven the other night about, like, why is it that I find Glitter Force so egregious, and, like, I have this twinge of annoyance when Glitter Force fans, like, call the characters by their English names and stuff. Like, what's the difference? Like, how come that was acceptable when I was a kid, but not for, like, these guys? And I'm like, I'm still trying to figure it out, what the difference is, because I feel like there's a difference, and part of it is, like, I don't want the difference to just be nostalgia, like the fact that I have nostalgia for Mew Mew Power, and I just asked Raven, I was like, does that make me a bad person? It's like so serious about, did you get in contact with anyone who's worked on Glitter Force for your video yet? So I do have one bit of insider information for the Glitter Force thing. And if you watched my video about Glitter Force's ending sequences, then you already know what it is. Because years ago, somebody who actually animated the Glitter Force ending dances, like, emailed me. And I'm gonna tell this story in the video, emailed me. I remember it so vividly. I was sitting in the back of a fucking failing Petco on my break, and then I just see the email and I'm like, oh. And that was the moment I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. Like, somebody saw my video and emailed me wanting to discuss, like, their work. I haven't spoken to them, like, since, but they did answer, like, a lot of my questions. And I don't know. It's, so, I mean, I have that, but not much else. Mainly because it's like, I don't know how to reach out to these people. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, maybe I'm too lazy, but, like, I feel, I don't know. I don't want to look up, I don't know. It's weird. Oh, so I was never, well, I guess I do have their name because it's from their email, but I'm not gonna give it out, just because, like, they said, because when they first emailed me and I was like, can I please, like, use this information and, like, put it in a pinned comment and stuff, they were like, yes, but please, like, don't make any direct allusions to me, because that could get me in trouble. And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. So I'm not gonna be sharing their name. Because apparently the workplace... Okay, wait. Ugh, let me just fucking go to my own goddamn video comment section. Give me a second. Where is it? Okay, found it. Okay, wait, don't start playing video. Please don't start playing. I'm begging you. Yeah, so the update was, okay, I have been emailed by somebody who worked on the Glitter Force music videos. For their own sake, I won't be giving any identifying information. However, I've been given the go-ahead to explain a few other things. The burning questions of who made this and why does it look like that have finally been answered. Saban, the company that dubbed Glitter Force, outsourced the music videos to Infinite Studios, based in Batam, Indonesia. looking up the studio, they actually don't have a bad track record. They've done the animation for a couple of Nickelodeon and Disney cartoons. As to why these ended up looking the way they do, there are several factors. Firstly, the work environment wasn't the best. Secondly, they were only given 2 weeks to complete each music video. This includes everything from animation to effects to rendering. 2 weeks to do all that simply isn't enough. And finally, there was a lack of budget. That, along with these videos being juggled around with other projects. So that is why the Glitter Force videos look like that. There's something terrifying in the Appalachian Mountains. What is this video? Don't. Okay, it's a Minecraft video. What the fuck? No, don't play. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of, oh god, that'd be so fun to look at the Glitter Force ending sequences again. Because there's something fun about pointing out every bad piece of animation in there. Hiya! There's something really fun about just pointing out, hey, this looks like shit. You know? I don't know. I find it fun, but I'm also a freak, so, but we all knew that. God, also, it's really, I love, so, because I gotta talk about Blush, too, and then there's, Jesus Christ, there's so many things I have to talk about. Oh, this is the hell that I make for myself. Oh my god. Dude, oh my god, dude, imagine if I had, like, editors. I don't know how that works, because for me, it's like, I don't know, because it would change how the videos are, like, sort of done, you know? It's possible that you can contact Ham Saban himself. You know, I get the feeling he wouldn't be up for an interview. I have heard he's a massive piece of shit. So I have a sneaking suspicion that he would not be down for questions about his work. Also, like, if I can, like, why would I talk to the CEO of, like, a company when I could talk to the people who actually wrote it, you know? Saban, okay, wait. Oh, I guess I've never actually looked at, like, Saban itself. Let's see. Oh, Saban email. I don't know, man. Capital Group. Contact us, Saban Films. See, I don't know. I'm a little nervous to, like, put myself in their, like, crosshairs, you know? Just because it's, like, I don't know. I'm already having so much trouble with, like, copyright shit already that I'd prefer, rather than emailing the studio itself, I would find the people who worked on the ground level. I could, have I messaged Keith Silverstein? I don't know. I do remember on Twitter, because I found Lily's voice actor, and followed her, and then she, like, followed me back, and then I shot her a message that was like, hi, I'm interested in your experience on Glitter Force, hehe, and then she never answered back, which, you know, fair. I don't know, there's just so, Jesus Christ, it's been 11 years since Glitter Force. I don't know. Is that eye good? I don't know. Dude, I've looked at the Glitter Force credits. They don't tell you shit. They don't explain anything. I've looked up as much of that I could, but it doesn't, dude, the Glitter Force credits don't tell you what the animation studio is behind the 3D MVs. It doesn't tell you anything. It, like, I was like, adaptation by, and I, like, looked up that guy, and, like, I have notes about it, but it's not really, I don't know, man. I'm still working on the, like, compare and contrast part of the video, where I'm just going through it episode by episode. Ugh, I'm tired. Oh, stretch. Why did they not include the... Oh, very sad that Doki Doki, they came to their senses and didn't bother with the new endings. Well, so here's the thing. I don't think it's a matter of they came to their senses. I think it's a matter of they realized that it was a bad idea, and also they didn't have the budget. So much of it seems... Oh my god. Ugh. I think I might be done for the day. Stream. I need to make food. But I hope that was enjoyable for you guys. I hope y'all had fun. Despite the racism flashbang. Yay! Alright, well, I'm gonna call it. But I hope everybody has a good day. Drink water, stay